Hello and welcome to Amethyst Star Crafting. My name is Jane Allmark and I'm a UK independent Stampin' Up demonstrator. And today we're using some more of the lovely bright 6x6 designer series paper, and we're going to make a fun little project today. We need one sheet of 6x3, so you can make two of these out of one of the 6x6 pieces of designer series paper. So let me just put that out of the way. So as I say, we need one sheet, which is 6 inches by 3 inches, so half a sheet of 6x6. And then we are going to take 7 sheets of copy paper. Okay, so I've done a few of these to start off with, but because otherwise it'll take too long. But with the copy paper, again, it's another origami project. I love origami projects. So what you need to do is you need to, says me having realised that I need to tuck my head right and underneath, you're going to fold it in half. So fold the 6x6 in half, which is, again, it's quite difficult with my lights above. I'm just, I need my bone folder. Bear with me 2 seconds. Right, I've just got that on the other side. With all origami things, creasing is the way to ensure that it's really easy. So you fold it in half along the long side, and then you fold it in half again. So I'm actually going to pick this up to do it because I can't get my head in underneath. So just fold it in half the other way. Okay, and again with your bowl folder, just crease it across. Then you're going to take this piece and fold it back on itself. And again, take it up to that edge. Give it a crease. And then fold it over and bring this other piece up like that. So you end up with sort of a W shape. Okay, so when you put it out, it looks like a W. Okay, we'll put that to one side, and I'll do another one to show you in case you missed the first one. So the first one, you fold it in half along the length, like that, and then give it a burnish. Then you fold it in half again. Great little project for craft fairs and things. Lovely to make sort of as little hanging embellishments to go on a parcel, or for the kids for school, to just have in your handbag as just a fun little thing. I think they're great. That's not actually quite straight, so let me just get that straight. Like that. Turn it over on the other side, and we're just going to fold this one back on itself. Okay, so very easy thing to do. And again, you have a W. So you're going to make 7 of them. So let me bring the other ones in that I've done, because obviously you don't want to be watching me fold all of these. But as I say, it's very simple. So we then take the 7 of them like this, and you want all the ends facing upwards. Okay, so all of the open pieces facing upwards, because then it's easier to put it together. Okay, then we literally take one piece, and looking to see which way that the angle goes, you're going to slot one piece in onto the other like that. Okay, we need to just add a little tiny bit of glue on there, so that then it will hold firmly, but a small amount of glue. So literally I'm just using a little bit of wet glue, and I'm just going to just pop just a little bit on both sides, because that will help it seal together. Okay, so we're going to take this piece, and again, so that it folds in the same bit, you're going to literally slot it in like that, so it slots into place. And then the easiest thing is to actually close it, and before the glue sets off, just sort of jiggle it a bit, so that you can then see that it's it's going in the right place. Then we're going to take the next one. So again, working on the angle so that your little pages are going to close. So we want this one there. And again, you're just going to put a little bit of wet glue in on side on both bits. And again, just a tiny bit. It's only just to sort of adhere it so that the pages don't sort of fall out once you've finished it. And again, just sort of slot it in before the glue goes off. Whoops. It says to me it wasn't very well slotted in, was it? So just slot it into place and then close it up and, you know, just sort of jiggle it so that it's level before that glue goes off. Okay, then we're going to take the next one. And that one will go in that way. So again, tiny little bit of glue on each side. And it really is only a tiny bit. It's only just enough to just sort of adhere it. I don't put it too far up to the top because if it squishes out, because it's only photocopy paper, you're then going to get the pages stuck together. So again, just sort of put them in like that. Close it up again. So as I say, you can then jiggle it to make sure that everything's sort of straight. Take the next one. So we need to turn it so that it's this way. Take our little bit of wet glue. Put it on this side. I love doing origami things. As I said to you, I've got a book which has all sorts of different origami projects and things in, and I love them. I love doing things with origami. You can make some really complicated things. There's sort of, you know, dodecahedrons and goodness knows what in there. So just put that one in there. Give it a jiggle around. So yeah, so I'm no expert at it, but I do enjoy having a play sometimes. So we need this one in there. Because the nice thing with origami is that, although this one you do need to glue a little bit of it, but it's one of those things that a lot of things you don't have to glue at all. Like the box I was showing you the other day. There are all sorts of things where you literally just slot one thing into another. And as I say, it's just a fun way of doing something just a little bit different. I love papercraft in all its form, and I think origami is a real art. So when I can do, you know, simple little projects and things that I think will be quite fun, it's worth doing. So this is the last one. We're just going to glue it in, and I like things that don't take too long either. Some of the ones I've done some stars at Christmas time, and some of the modular stars and things. My goodness, you have to have a lot of patience, and it's one of those things that, you know, I said I do fussy cutting in the evening in front of the television. Well, it's a bit like that. You know, you have to do quite a bit of folding and things to do some of these modular things in the evening, whereas this is a dead straightforward little thing. Okay, right, so those are our pages, and again, you know, just sort of give them a bit of a burnish down, and then we'll put them to one side while we do the next bit. I'm actually going to put a bit of a weight, so let me just put, I'm just going to put one of the big blocks on top to just sort of hold it down a bit. You can put it with something heavy on top of it, or a large bulldog clip. Okay, so this one we have to decide which is going to be the front side. That's quite nice as well, isn't it? Or shall I do it? I'm going to do it traditional check, I think. Okay, so this one we need to, we're going to fold it in half again first. But we're only going to crease it quite lightly. Okay, then we're going to open it up, and where we've got that crease line, we're going to fold this up, but we're going to leave about 1/8 of an inch down on each side. So we don't want it to go completely, because we want the cover to be a little bit bigger than the actual pages. Okay, so we can burnish that down well. And then we're going to take the other side, and again, where we've got that sort of crease line in the middle, we're just going to fold it 1/8 of an inch further down, so that you've got a nice little a wider cover, because you want a slightly wider cover than the pages. So let's just burnish that down. Okay, so we've then got what is going to be our cover. So what I tend to do is to sort of fold it, or just bend it round a bit. Now we are going to take our pages, and making sure that they are going as they were opening. So you've got them in that one's just stuck itself together with the glue. There we go. Knew I had a little bit too much glue sticking up on the top, but you want it to be going in that direction, so that you know that your pages are sort of running out in a concertina-y sort of fan. Got another little bit of glue at the top on there. Okay, and then we are going to put this in where the center is. So if we fold it in half, and we're just going to put it where that center is. Now you can, if you want to, score with the scoreboard, but I quite like it as a book cover with B, with just sort of a little a rounded part on there. And as I say, just tuck it in, and where those joins are, just sort of with your fingers, just fold it round. You can see where it's starting to come in nicely. Okay, and then you need to literally just put a little mark. Now it's quite easy with this paper, but you're just going to put a little mark where those two come in, one on the other. So can you see where the side of the book is going to be? You just need to, and what I would do is, let's just bend that back just a little bit on there. We don't want to give too much of a crease at the moment, because the page has got to go in there. So if you just sort of fold it back on itself, so you can see where the edge of your book is going to come, and just sort of gently press it. You don't want to do it too much, because we've got to put the paper inside. Okay, so now we need to take what's going to be the outside of each one, and we're going to give it a little book cover. So where we've got these pieces on here, we can just bend them in a little bit on this side. Again, I'm not creasing it too much, because where we put the pages in, sometimes you have to jiggle it a little bit. Okay, so we've got that on there. We're then going to take one of these pages, and we're going to slot it inside what is going to be the cover part. So literally, quite loosely, it slots in. When you then fold it in, it will sit nicely on that side. And then we're going to take the other one and do exactly the same thing. So you can just sort of bend it in, or you can take it out. I find the easiest thing is to open it up completely again and just slot this one in where those folds are. So just slot it in, and then sort of take the book back on itself, because you want it to come in to this center part here. So this is where you just need to sort of jiggle it in, so that the page, can you see this page here? So this page will go into this piece here. It just slides in, and you just slide it in as you go. And that's why I said sometimes you need to just jiggle it a little bit further down. So let's just take that where the cover is. Yeah, that piece needs to just go in just a little tad more. So that's where you can just fold it up a little bit and just jiggle it so that it's not completely in on that crease. So that just needs to come in just a little bit more. And then when you take it back, it will sit nicely on there. Then you can take and fold it down, take your bone folder on this side, and now that you know that it's fitted into its cover nicely, you can burnish it really well on that side. Take it up on this side and you can burnish it really well on that side. But as I say, if you do it beforehand and you find that you need to just pop the paper, this paper in just a little bit more, it makes it a little bit more difficult. Okay, so this is where you can, as I say, burnish all of those sides down, open it up a bit, burnish it down on this side so that you can get it as flat as you can. And then where the spine part is, you can just fold it in. I actually like a rounded spine on my books because I think it works quite nicely. And you've got a lovely little opening book. Now, to close it, I have used, this is one that I did earlier on, and I've just used a little bit of twine. And if you want to, you can take where, and that's why I said to leave the spine sort of fairly open, you can put a little hole in here and add some twine through and have it so that it hangs. So you can hang it as an embellishment from anything that you want. But I thought, I've got some gold, I've got some, I've got a little bit of, that might look quite nice, yes. I've got a little bit of sort of heavy blue twine, any sort of twine you want. Now you can put a little glue dot on the back, you can embellish the front and put something on it. I'm just showing you the idea of the basics. How you take it to the next level is entirely up to you. But let's just finish it off with a little bow to just hold those pages through. But I thought it would be a really nice little a little gift thing that would, as I say, would work well for you know, a Christmas box, or just as little gifts for party favours and things are quite nice. You know, wedding tables, you can make it in white and put a beautiful die cut or something on the front. But I thought, what a sweet little idea with all of these beautiful designer series paper that we have. And literally it just uses half a sheet, so you're not using a whole pile of stuff. And as I say, you've got these sweet little books which, as I say, when you open them up, you've got all your pages inside, which you're not going to be able to write very much in there, but you know, hey, you could put something sweet in there. You could write a little tiny message of some sort. But it's a really nice little idea. So I hope you enjoy that. My second origami go. And as I say, do look forward to seeing you again. Bye-bye.